Today I am back with another beginner-friendly step-by-step painting tutorial, and we are going to be painting the Harvest Moon. This was hugely requested after I painted it as part of my daily minis. I'm Lisa from Elman B. Welcome to my channel and let's get painting. We are starting today by misting our canvas with our little spray bottle, and then we are just spreading that water out, getting out all of our paints, and I've got the colours listed in the description. We are working from the bottom to the top, and we are using the moist canvas just to blend the colours together. We're starting with the palest colours, our white and our pale yellow, bringing in our warmer yellow and then our crimson red. We're going to work from a nice peachy light colour at the bottom up to a dark deep red at the top. Once we've got that first gradient sky layer down, we are going to dry it off with a hairdryer. Remember to get the best blending techniques. You want to work in lots and lots of layers. I've gone in with some of the dark blue on top of the dried red, and I'm just going to continue blending the reds and the warm yellow all the way down to the pale yellow and the white, just to keep blending in this beautiful sky gradient. Next, we're going to take an old toothbrush and some water and mix in a touch of white paint to make a very watery white, and then with our thumb we're just going to flick the paint onto the canvas to create some stars. To decide the size of your moon, try laying down a few circular objects until you found the one that's the right size and the right position. Draw around it lightly with a pencil and you have your moon shape. We're going to fill in the moon with just some white and some water to loosen the paint slightly, but don't worry about trying to create a perfect edge, because we're going to blur the edge with a little bit more water and some more watered down white paint to create a nice fuzzy moon glow. To do this, I'm just using a damp mop brush. It's a little mini mop makeup brush, one of my favourites, and I'm just using it with a bit of water and a bit of watered down white paint just to create a fuzzy hazy edge around that moon. We're then going to fill in the rest of the moon with white in patches and blotches so that we can start building up some of that lovely moon texture. The next stage of the moon is going in with some of our pale yellow and white, and then we'll layer on top of that some of the warm yellow and white, mixing in oranges and reds. At this point it is really up to you how much detail, texture, layers you want to put into your moon. You can use a reference photo of the full moon in front of you. I just went in with some fun random splodges, making sure I had areas that were very dark red and some areas that were almost bright white to create this fun, warm, glowing harvest moon. Moving on to our grassy meadow, I am just mixing the dark blue and the dark green together to create an almost black colour. I'm using a fan brush at different angles to put down some rough grass-like shapes, brushing up the way on the edge of the brush, just trying to mark in those darker shadowy meadow grasses. Using that same colour, I'm going in now with a rigger or liner brush, and I'm just flicking some more distinct fine lined grasses into position, just trying to get the composition to look right, and don't be scared to take those grasses over the moon. It's all about working in layers. You can also use this brush to add in little details, maybe the odd curved branch here or there, maybe an extra leaf. I will also use this to pop in some seed heads that you would get on the top of a wheat stalk or a wild grass. Just building up lots of layers and details now, still using that almost black colour that we created with the blue and the green. Bringing some of that warm yellow down into our blue-green mixture and just adding in the little touch of red to take it to more a browny, earthy green tone. And I'm just going to repeat the same process, flicking in grassies, making the little seed heads, just doing lots of dabs and dots and marks with the rigger brush, just using it to print, almost stamp the little grass shapes onto this. Now I'm adding in some of the lighter yellow to that mixture, and I'm just repeating the process again. Don't worry if you're going over the top of grasses that you've already created. It all adds to the layers and the effect of a wild flower meadow. Adding a touch of white into there now, and some more of that warm yellow to mix up two paler colours, a more minty green version and a warmer yellow version. Now I'm just really going in with the final details, adding almost flowers with those two colours, but they could also just be dots and dashes and marks. You don't have to draw anything perfectly with this painting. As long as you've got lots of range of colours of greens, it's going to look fantastic. To finish this piece off, I am just loosening some white paint with the tiniest amount of water, and I am just creating some magical twinkling stars in the sky. It's up to you if you want to add this to your painting or not, but I just think 2 or 3 adds a little bit of extra magic. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to sprinkle the like button with some fairy dust, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.